guys, this is your Unit 8 test review. Be sure to bring these notes to class because this time the video homework is worth 20 points of the exam. So this is very important that you, what happened? Sorry guys. But this is very important that you do this so you have these 20 points. You can show that you did it so you get the credit for the exam. So it's 20 points out of the entire exam. Let's go. Oops. Here we go. We're going to start with this question. A spinner consists of 5 regions, as shown below. If every region is equal, which of the following conjectures is true? So we'll look at our spinner. We have a 2, a 10, a 7, a 5, and a 3. So let's look at what it's asking us in the answers. A is the probability of landing on an odd or an even number is equal. So let's look at that. Odd, we have 3 is an odd, 5 is an odd, and 7 is an odd. So that's 3 out of 5 are odd. And then even, we have 2 and 4. So that's 2 out of the 5 regions are even. So those two are not equal. So A is incorrect. B, the probability of landing on an odd number is greater than the probability of landing on an even number. So 3 is greater than 2, and that's talking about odd, so B is the correct choice. But let's just make sure and read through all of our answer choices. C, the probability of landing on an odd number is less than the probability of landing on an even number. But as we see above, that's incorrect because the odd has a greater number than the even. D, the probability of landing on a 2-digit number is greater than the probability of landing on a 1-digit number. So let's write this out. 2-digit. So the number 10 has 2 digits in it. It has a 1 and a 0. So that's only 1 out of 5. And then the 1-digit numbers, which is 2, 3, 5, and 7. So that's 4 numbers out of 5. So that is incorrect. D is not correct because the 2-digit number is not greater than the probability of a 1-digit number. Alright, this next question, it says, the 8th grade class sold 800 raffle tickets for a country western concert and 600 raffle tickets for an MP3 player. Joe bought 10 raffle tickets for the concert and 10 for the MP3 player. What is the probability that he will win both a ticket to the concert and an MP3 player? So, as we did in class today, this is what we call a dependent event because sorry guys, it's 10 out of 800 and I spoke wrong. It's not dependent, it's an independent event. So we do 10 out of 800 times 10 out of 600. So we're just going to go ahead and cross multiply. Hold on. Actually, first we're going to simplify these big numbers and multiply them. So first we'll just take the zeros out, cross them out, cross those out. So now we'll have 1 out of 80 and 1 out of 60. So that's a lot easier number to multiply. So then it ends up being 1 out of 4,800. A popular television game show gives $100,000 to a contestant who successfully does one of the following. Number 1, rolls a 6 on a single dice. Number 2, rolls a sum of an even on a pair of dice. Number 3, rolls a number greater than 4 on a single die. Which of the 3 challenges should a contestant select to have the best chance of winning the jackpot? So let's look at our probabilities for each one. For number 1, the probability of rolling a 6 on a single dice is 1 out of 6. For the probability for number 2, roll a sum of roll a sum of 7 on a pair of dice. We're going to have to work that one out a bit because we'll write out 6 plus 1 equals 7, Then we'll go to 2 plus 5, which also equals 7. Let's try 3 plus 4, which will equal 7. And then that's all we can do to have the two pairs equal 7. So that probability will be 3 out of 6, which equals 1/2. We'll move on to the third number, and it's rolls a number greater than 4 on a single dice. So if we think about a dice, everything greater than 4 would be 5 and 6, so that's 2 out of 6, which is 1/3. So now we have to look at all of our probabilities and see which is the best chance of winning the jackpot. So let's look at our probabilities. Number 1 is 1 out of 6. The number 2 one is 1/2. And then number 3 is 1/3. So we're looking for the best chance of winning the jackpot, which would be our second choice, which is H, number 2 only. A friend of Anne's did a random survey of the students in the school and found that 55 out of 100 students plan to vote for Anne for student council, which is the best estimate of the total number of votes Anne will receive if all 1,500 students in her school vote. So we need to set up a proportion. 55 out of 100 students plan to vote for Anne. But if she looked at the entire school, she's trying to find an estimate of the total that will vote for her out of 1,500. So we have to put 1,500 in the denominator, and we're looking for X as the number. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to set our proportion equal.
Oh, you're right. Equal. But I'm just saying use the scale.
Oh. Okay, guys, so you can see here that the scale factor is 15 because 100 times 15 is 1,500, so you can do the same to the very top number, 55 times 15, which should get you the number of votes out of 1,500. Multiply that out. Gives us 825. So we need to look over at our answer choices, and we find that F is 825 votes. Okay, if you draw 2 cards from a deck of 52 without replacing the first card, so that's an important word, without replacing, what is the probability that you will draw a spade in another spade? All right, so we have 13 spades out of 52. We're going to multiply that out of 51 because we didn't replace. Because if we got a spade the first time, there'd just be 12 left. So we're going to go ahead and multiply 13 times 12, which gives us 156. And then we're going to multiply 51 times 52, which gives us 2,652. So now we need to simplify that, and we'll get 1 out of 17, which is A. All right, guys. Looks like that was our last question. Be sure to bring this sheet back to class tomorrow so you can get your credit on the test, and you can use it to help you. So I hope you'll have a good night. Study hard for your test, and we'll see you tomorrow.